everybody, welcome back to the Dash of Élan. Another episode in my Victory and Glory Napoleon campaign. I believe this is episode 8. On our last episode, we left off at a battle. Battle of Danube, as it is right here. And I'm about to engage the main Prussian army with Napoleon, who's crept into Prussia, Berlin actually, while the Prussians and Russians were away in Germany to the east. And they're coming back into Berlin now to kind of rescue their capital from Napoleon. So Napoleon, supported closely by Massena, have managed to come up through Austria in the south and sneak into Prussia and engage the weak remnants of the Prussian army. Most of their troops left behind were very small armies. Napoleon and Massena are dealing with them quite handily. I still have to move into the Duchy of Warsaw, which I believe we have to take as well to capture Prussia, unless I'm mistaken. But that's the situation. There is a Russian general here commanding this army. So here they are. This is a pretty important battle because it'll pretty much seal the fate of Prussia. They don't really have much. I believe there's one more army, mainly of Russians, that I have to deal with, also located in Germany, which probably are going to be heading back into Prussia as well to rectify this situation for the Allies. But where we left off, the Prussians were forced to deploy first. Here they are. It's a big battle. So Napoleon is about to deploy his forces and engage the enemy. So let's see how we get along. First thing we do is take note that there's no artillery in the Prussian army. So we're going to take advantage of that. One of the tactics I did in the last battle was I doubled up on my cannon on the left flank where I was going to focus my attention. I think I will do that again. I won't keep any cannon in reserve this time. I'll put them all on the field. But I will focus on the left flank once again, which means I'm going to throw forward some of my cuirassiers, my French heavy cav, throw in some skirmish-capable line infantry. They have skirmishers deployed. Let's see, we've got some dragoons, which we're going to parcel out like this. I lost one of my skirmisher infantry. Darn, I didn't know that. That must have been from the last battle Napoleon was in. One of the units eliminated was one of my skirmishers. Very valuable troops. Well, let me take this guy out of there, actually. I want to replace him with a 2. Put my lesser troops in the first waves. Lower combat rating is what I should say. There we go. One good thing about this army is it's all French. There's no allies, so I can afford losses among my troops without it affecting the diplomacy or the diplomatic rating of an allied nation. That's really the only advantage. Don't like throwing away my valuable French troops. And I'm going to keep these flanks. No, you know what? We're going to fill them up because I don't have artillery to worry about. I'm going to throw forward my infantry. So we got a nice combined arms in both, all 3 sectors, actually. Let's begin this battle. And I do have cards just to show you. Got 3 of them. So that's going to be quite useful later in this campaign. Especially if I have to deal with the Russians, which I'm sure I will eventually. And if one of the other nations decides to go to war with me again. So I'll be ready for that. I do have another card which might come in handy and might even win me the campaign. That's Bribe a Nation, but we'll get into that when we get back to the campaign screen. Until then, let's fight this battle, Danube. The Prussians had initiative there. I'm going to blast them at close range. Sorted them. Follow up with some cavalry. They're in square. Very good. And we'll keep this for the moment. Let's open up with a barrage. Eliminated his cavalry, his light cavalry. That's really good. really don't want this army to escape, so if and when I beat him, I'm pretty certain I will. I do want to run him down after the fact. Let's go for it. Throw in the cuirassier, a nice 5 combat strength. As expected, it formed square. Now, pushing this guy all alone is going to make him vulnerable. I'll probably end up losing him. But just for fun, we're going to throw up another guard unit, just for fun. Normally don't use them in battle, but I'm going to support this attack. Also, I think we're going to do something a little different here. And I'm going to make a move. I'm not even going to fire the cannon. I'm going to go for the close range. Let me get this guy, getting some of these in square. Now this isn't the best tactic, but I'm feeling very confident here. And I'm going to take advantage of my activations. Now I'll have one more activation left when I advance this guy. And this is okay. They're both fresh. That's going to help the defensive capability of this wing. But I have one more, and I'm going to use it to attack. Oh, he's got 5 activations. 4. I imagine he's going to... I can't do anything more over here. He's fighting for his life in the middle. He's got me formed in square. That's alright. I haven't taken any losses yet. Let's go to the next round. Okay. Oh well. Let's see what we can do. Now I'm pushing over here on the left main. I'm putting pressure on all 3 areas of the battlefield, so he won't be able to shift forces back and forth. But he does have 3 units in reserve yet, so it is what it is. One of these artillery is going to blast here. Eliminated. And then the cavalry will strike. And the artillery will fire again. Good luck. Their skirmishers will try and disrupt. Possibly eliminate. No. Alright, we'll move up our guard infantry to support. Alright, that's okay for now on the left. There's a lot of fighting going on all along the line. I got 7 activations. Let's deal with his square here. Excellent. And dragoons, take out his Cossacks. And we'll leave that for a minute. Now we're going to go to the right flank and we're going to duplicate what we just did. Kinda. I like to get the enemy in square. I love it. Infantry are very vulnerable to being shot at, especially at close range once they're in square. And they really don't have much choice, and they're stuck that way as long as there's cavalry in their zone adjacent to them. So he's not doing very well at all at this point, which is good for us. And we're gonna pass, see what he does. He's filling up all his holes. Oh, routed my dragoons. So far not bad. I'm not taking any losses. I don't think any units were eliminated yet. Could be wrong. But I'm hoping that I'll destroy... Oh, there was my skirmishers, of course. And 2 units eliminated. I spoke too soon. Oh well. It's alright. Okay, let's fight the next round. Alright, so this isn't too bad. What pressuring here. I want to bring up one of these guns. Because I like to. And let's get a square going here. We'll follow that up with some long-range artillery. Got it. Excellent. And let's beat up on his Landwehr. He's +6. Excellent. Ah, that feels good. Alright, now the center. Actually, let's work on the right. It really doesn't matter. Actually, it's weaker in the center. I could finish him off here. Start off with the Dragoons. Okay, let's see what happens here. Heavy cannons, close range. Got him. Can't beat that. Alright, let's go over here. Got his Cossacks, see if we can do something to them. No, not a chance. That's too bad I lost my other skirmisher unit. Throw in the heavy cav. I'm going to take out his Cossacks, finish him off. Alright, now he's in big trouble. I got another initiative, one more activation. I'm actually pretty good where I am. Alright, let's keep him back. Pass the initiative. So disrupted cavalry here, they can't move when they're disrupted. They won't be able to pursue, I don't think. Can't be disrupted or routed. So these I can rally, which I'll do. It's not guaranteed. Now, before we go any further, it's okay. I'm thinking how I could get him out of being disrupted. I think we're just going to try and win this right here. Oh. He didn't go out of disruption. Alright, so I have initiative. We're going to start with the cavalry, put him in square. This should seal his fate. Yes. Yes. Come on. He's fighting for his life here. Before I go any further, let's try and do some more damage. They're disrupted. Let me try and put these guys in square. Oh, darn. Alright. Take him out with the guns. Close range. Okay. Alright, I don't want to end it yet. I want to do as much damage as I can here. Although I'll probably finish him off anyway with the pursuit. I can pretty much win this anywhere now. I'll be happy with this. Alright, there we go. Got him. Solid victory. Now we definitely pursue. Yeah, he's got nothing to cover his retreat, so here we go. Let's see what I do. Finish him off. 4 hits. Ouch. That army is all but destroyed. The following leaders. He lost both of his leaders. V&Gn, Brunswick are now dead. That was a complete wipeout. That army was destroyed. Look at that. That was brutal. So then they withdrew into Westphalia. Bribe Major. There's that card again. That's the card I think can be a key to getting victory here. Possibly. I don't know. I haven't won with this game yet, so I don't really know. But we shall see. The Ottomans. Why do they bother? Spain. Be interesting to see what happens to Spain. We could see the Prussians and Russians are trying to gather their forces in Westphalia. Put something together. Nation restored. Ooh. Austria has resumed its place among the powers of Europe. Her armies have asserted themselves as befits an independent power. Austria is now neutral towards France and Great Britain. So it's no longer friendly neutral. So I can't move through Austria no more. Okay, new turn, 1807. So let's take a quick look here. Yeah, let me zoom out there. Take a quick look at what's going on. One concern is Russia. We got to see what they're up to. No general there. No general there. No general here. And I'd love if the Ottomans went to war with them. Not sure how that'll work. It's probably a card. Maybe later on in the campaign if it goes that far. We shall see. Spain could be a concern. Not a major threat with its armies, but they do have a sizable army there. I mean, even their cannon are ones. But with the support of the British, it could be a problem. They're neutral at the moment, so it's no concern. They can't come in here and invade unless they declare war on me, and we'll check the diplomacy in a second here. Almost got Germany unified here. I want to take out Prussia. Now, this will be the concern here. As you can see, the Austrians, like Spain, are now on their own. They're building up their armies. They're gathering their forces. They're neutral, however. They're not committing to any offense against the French or the British. And let's look at diplomacy, actually. Austria is now at 6. Spain is at 8. And Great Britain needs to use his political points. He only has 1 to lower these values. The higher, the better for France. If it's from 0 to 3, there's a chance that Britain can sway that nation to go to war against France. And as you can see here, Prussia and Russia are at 0 currently, and they are also at war. So that's what these symbols mean on the map. They're right here. So 2 of these together is friendly neutral. 1 is neutral, and a cannon is at war. These little symbols, the drum, I'm not sure what the drum means. They're neutral like these guys. I guess it's somehow a little different, the way the AI interprets that. But Italy is at 5. I did play the Create the Kingdom of Italy card. Germany is at 0. And again, if they are at 0 to 3, there's a chance that Great Britain can sway them to go to war against France. It's only a chance. I think it's like 50% when it's at 0, something like that. But his odds increase the closer to 0 it is. Above that, like 4, he can't sway them to declare war. But that rating can go down. So here's the thing. I can bribe Austria and get 4 political points. And if I don't want to go to war with them immediately, like right now, I don't think it would be good. I mean, even my army in Paris is at unlucky 13. I don't like that idea. So I might not want to take these guys on. Once again, I did want to have Prussia defeated before I end up going to war with Austria again. So let's look at our cards. And of course, the same assortment we've had before. I do have this card twice. Let me look at this. Imperial Guard Artillery. The French player gets 2 4-strength artillery units in Paris. I'm definitely playing that right now. What is this incorrect move? I didn't try to move, did I? But there's my 2 Imperial Guard artillery. I'm going to keep them separate. I want them to either get to Davu or, well, yeah, it's about the only one they could get to. Let's go back to the cards. This bribe major nation. I actually have 2 of these cards, and let's read it again. Bribe a major nation by handing over any minor nation currently in the French Empire. In other words, it's blue, like the ones in Italy and Germany. The minor nation immediately changes ownership to the selected major nation. Handing over any minor nation. What if... Change ownership to the selected major nation. The diplomatic rating of the bribed nation increases to 4. I could be reading this card wrong. I'm not going to go into it. But it could be useful, and I think I actually might try it now, because I do have 2 of them. Forced march, for some reason, didn't work for me in the last turn. I'm not sure why. Something I'm missing. I don't want Germany's... rating to go down, and I don't want to give any points to Great Britain by using this card. I don't really need troops. I'm not desperate for them. I'd rather wait for the spring recruitment or play some other cards that, boom, there you go, you got some troops. Austria goes down. I don't want that to go down. Not yet. Not at all, actually. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I have 2 of those bribe nation cards. What if I applied that? See, one of these nations, for instance, up here, they're Germany. They're part of the empire, as you can see, because they're blue. What if I gave one to, or better yet, here, Venice. What if I gave that to Austria? Would that boost Austria's rating to 8? I'm curious. So let me see if it works. I've never used it before. I wonder if that'll take out the region. I could give him Bulgaria. Or Bavaria. What am I thinking? I had to zoom in there for a second. Yeah, I'm going to give him Bulgaria. It's okay. Select the capital region of the major nation to bribe. Oh, all right. Vienna. Select the minor nation, which will be used as a bribe. I guess. There. Controlled by Austria. Plains and farmland. Activation 3 remaining. Alright, so if I go to diplomatic rating, we'll see that with Austria it's now 10. It went from... Huh, I thought it was at 4. No, it was at 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. So there they are. They're a nice 10. It buys me some time. Now I have another one of those cards. And the card did exactly what I wanted it to do and expected it to do. I did have a little doubts. I thought these were regions, minor nation regions, but it's calling them nations in their own right. Minor nations. So that's what confused me. So that's how that card works. You literally trade a region you control, minor region or minor nation as they're called, to bribe another nation. So I just gave Austria Bavaria, and it boosted our diplomatic rating. Maybe they got a wife out of it. Who knows? No, I don't think so. Anyway, let's see. We got Messina here, Silesia. We want to move him into the duchy. So let's do that. I'm not too afraid of Napoleon's positioning here. That's fine with me. Or Messina for that matter. There isn't a whole lot to deal with. Those armies aren't going to do anything. I don't have to worry about Austria. I can now shift Ney from the south with his small little force. Let me see who's here. Davu. I do want to detach. Nope. No. I thought that was Ney. What's he doing there? I thought Ney was down here. Oh, it's Salt. Okay. And he's pretty good. So I don't have to worry about the Austrians. Now, let me see. I want Ney. Now, is he vulnerable there? No, he's safe. Guard unit can't move without a general. Whoops, I didn't want to mix them. Gotta right click off them. Didn't want to detach general here. Marma, you will be detached. And as a matter of fact, I'll take Lanz with him as well. And we are going to detach everybody but the militia. So these guys are going to be in a new fresh army that will begin moving east. I'm not really worried about Spain either. Yeah, that's good. Because they're neutral to both Britain and France, the British can't move through these territories either. No nation can, actually, I don't think. No. So there's Mortier. Whoops. Oh, I just combined them again. God almighty. This part of the game I do not like. Alright. He's going to combine over here with the guard. So now I got a decent little army here. And let's see. So he should actually be in charge over there. So I'm going to move him in there. Got this army here under Davout, awaiting to be reinforced. I think he's going to hold his position until someone can arrive to help him. Lanz. If Wesley wants to come in there. Wellington, if he wants to come in there, he's going to have to fight with Lanz. It ain't much to face against him, but it's alright. I shouldn't have done that. I like having the extra troops, but I'm okay with this. I'm not afraid of this. Davout can also still move. I could launch an attack on him. What's the size of his army? He's a 9. So Wellington has to face these two armies. Now, I'm not sure what they're going to do. If they come south, they're going to be losing a lot of units regardless if they win or not. They're not going to take Paris. Highly doubtful. It's possible, but it's highly doubtful. And I have this army to deal with. And it's a mix of Prussians and Russians, and I would suspect they would move into Berlin at this point. They have nothing otherwise. So let's go to the next turn and see what happens. Yeah, that's what I expected. So one more battle, folks. Against Napoleon, and yeah, we're going to defend with Napoleon, obviously. And as expected, vastly outnumbered. Now, he does have some quality cannon here and cavalry. So I'm going to try and use one of my cards. Well, I'm going to use one of my cards. Now, since Napoleon's in charge, he can use his genius. Flank attack allows 2 infantry units to get +2 to their combat ratings for the rest of the battle. Massed cavalry charge. It's the same thing with 2 cavalry units. They get +2 to their combat ratings. Grand battery allows all your guns to fire prior to the start of the battle, I believe. And Voltigeur en avant. Not sure I said that right. But that's all your skirmish infantry gets to fire before the battle, I believe. Well, let's just right click it just to be sure. Skirmish will receive a free attack before the battle begins. Blah, 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 blah. So, since I don't have any skirmishers, and I can't move this card, let me close it for a second, see what I got. Now, +2 to the cavalry would be quite substantial. This would be a 6. This would be a 7. +2 to the infantry. The the guard to jump up to 6 if I wanted to apply it to them and use them. I really don't have much infantry, so I probably would. Or I got 2 line units. They'd be a 5. They'd be a 5. So I could also boost my dragoons instead of the heavy cav, make them a 5. And then one of these heavy cav I could make into a 6 or a 7. I love my cavalry, but I think I'm going to use the infantry. We're going to go for a flank attack. My cavalry is pretty decent, and I got quite a few of them. So let's boost up. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to boost up one of the guard, because I'm going to use one of them. And I'm going to boost up a line unit as well. That's going to give me a lot of quality troops. That's how I see it. And there they are, chunk, chunk. So, with that in mind, let's go and hit him where he's weakest at the moment and really try and drive it to him. No holds barred. I'm not even going to hold these guys in reserve. We're going to strike hard and mightily. Not putting my full strength of cannon in there. We will hold in these areas. Let me give them some cav and some infantry. No, I'm going to put them over here. We're going to have to use another guard unit. Unfortunately, it means they're going to be shot at. We shall see. But the heavy cav or the heavy artillery is here. And that leaves, my idea with him is to pull him into this side. Because these guys are all going to vacate almost immediately. I'm losing an extra shot this turn, but it's okay. I like to try different things in my battles. So let's see what happens. Let's go. Okay, got initiative. First of all, let's open up here. Then we're going to attack immediately. We're going to do something different once again and go after his cavalry. Ooh, they did nothing. Now we're going to fill in the gap immediately because I want to hold this position. And I'll deal with this. I'm going to move in another battery of guns like I planned. And let's go over here. I got 7 activations left. We're going to focus here. I need to I shouldn't have done that either. Okay, it's alright. Let's try and hit those guns as they're advancing on us. Get out of the action. Now, I don't want to use my lights. I don't want to use my cavalry either. So, he'll fill that all in with his reserve, I'm sure. Long distance shooting. And I could shift troops from here to this side. I would love to hit those infantry. But that's getting ahead of myself. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's just see for a second. I got one more activation left. Alright, let him have it. He's got me in square on the left flank. They got low combat ratings, that's for sure. But in a battle of attrition, that could favor him, where he has numbers. I have to be careful with that. Oh. Alright, let's get this underway. Beautiful. Swept it. Let's pound this one. It's alright, I don't want to take out his guns before I start advancing to close range. There, now I'm going to send a gun forward. If I had it. And let's look elsewhere. That was a waste of an activation. I should have done that. Oh, robbed him. This is where I want to careful. I disrupted them. We'll follow up. Did nothing. Dragoons are not working out today. Let's see against these guys. Against the cap. God, right flank is not doing too well. And here, that'll keep him busy. Yeah, squares are going to do very good. +3. Such a high-rated unit. That's probably why. And yeah, that's fine right now. Could shift cavalry from here to here and then here, but there's no point to that. I want to fill it in with an artillery battery. This is where I'm concerned. Really thinking about throwing in the cavalry. I'm going to do it. This is the next activation. I don't like these cavalry. There, took care of them. Excellent. Beautiful. Alright, so from there we'll pass the initiative. He's got a lot to do. This is the battle for Prussia. Whoever wins this battle pretty much will seal the fate of Prussia. I've pretty much tamed Austria for the moment. Prussia's about to fall. And Russia's the biggest burden. I'm doing the bulk of the fighting, actually. Even when I was fighting the Austrians, there was a lot of Russians involved. Okay, we're good here. We're good here. I definitely want to move up a gun. It'll make me vulnerable. As long as he doesn't have cannons up here, I'm not too afraid of that. But my cavalry is gone. And it's committed here for some reason. So I could bring it to this side. I don't really need it there. I'm not going to use my lights. I think I will... I'll shift these guys. And bring them forward for defensive purposes. Combined arms. And then I'm going to lash out. Right there. Right, that weakened there a little bit. Weakened them a little bit. Now with the cannon. These heavy cav. I'm afraid of them. And nothing. Alright, now this side. I got 6 activations. Let's hit with the cavalry first. There they go. They're in square. Now they're really vulnerable. That's good. And also, let's strike one of these infantry units. I'm going to take that one. Getting tired of these Russians. And we'll follow this up. Get routed. And here. Eliminated. Excellent. There. So that takes care of that. We're not going to do anything else. I've got 2 activations. Let's see what he does. I have no activations. Alright, so it's up to him. Alright, let's fight the next... Oh, they're withdrawing. Preparing the pursuit. Let's see what I have. 3 units ready to go. He's got 3, so it's gonna... Yeah, we'll see what happens. He's got a good covering force. Nothing. Ah, darn it. That's alright. Charles has been killed. We got some upgrades going on there. That's good. One of my cannon got upgraded. Experience in battle. That's excellent. Alright, so Napoleon just outplayed the enemy once again. And he's still... Let's see, Modern Nation joins the Empire. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the enemy approaches. Do we have another battle? What is this? Wellington is coming down and taking Davos. We're already 40 minutes into this. I don't think I'm going to go any further with this. So let's go to the screen. Well, let me look at this. 4 infantry, 5 cavalry, 2 artillery. 3, 4, and 2. Davos 10 against 9. Huh. I'm not going to withdraw. We'll fight. So let's go to this, and it looks like, folks, we're going to end another session with a battle. At least starting a battle, because I'm not going to do it now. I'll say that for the next episode. Sorry, guys. But this will be against Wellington. It's a small force, a large battle. And I've definitely got some better quality troops and commander to face him. So this will be interesting. So next episode, we're going to have Davos going against Wellington once again. If you remember earlier, they had quite the foray of battles. And Davos was looking for some revenge. So we'll see what happens in the next episode, folks. This was good. I enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you like this series? Do you like this game? Any tactics and strategies you want to share? Feel free to post them in the comments. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Hang in there. It's only going to get better. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.